Flosstubers. I'm Dottie, Stitching Scotty, and welcome to my Flosstube channel. It's all about cross stitch, and I hope you enjoy yourself today. If I just bring just a little bit of sunshine to your life, that will make me happy. So if you want to laugh and have a good time, just stay tuned. Okay, thank you so much for all my new subscribers, and thank you for all the people that just keep coming back for more. So I really appreciate it. I just enjoy doing this. It's kind of a way to kind of communicate with my fellow cross stitchers, because you know we don't get to see each other very much. But anyway, I just hope you keep coming back. Just like, subscribe, and comment please, because I love hearing your comments, good or bad, you know. And I appreciate if you see something I do that's like not kosher, just let me know. It will not hurt my feelings at all. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. I actually had a couple of questions last week because I watch other Flosstubers and I'm like, oh man, nobody ever asked me any questions. They must not think I know anything. But anyway, I had showed my friend's Ultimate Cross Stitch issue. It was volume 21 from 2019, and it was all about cats and dogs. And she asked me if there was a, you know, I want to say Malamute, and I think there is. I'm going to show you. This is like the Heroic Hounds page section. There's nothing on here. Okay, I think this is it, but I'm going to show you one of every one of the page. I know the one on top's not it, and that's a German Shepherd, and I want to say that's a Border Collie, and the one in the middle, I want to say that's like some kind of Spaniel. No, that's not a Spaniel. Saint Bernard. And then the one on the end is probably a Great Dane, but I'm not real sure about that. Or it could be a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Okay, but anyway, I hope that answered your question. But this, I'm going to hold it up here so you can see it. It's volume 21, 2019, Ultimate Cross Stitch, Cats and Dogs. And there's lots of cat things in here. There's a couple of alphabets of cats and a couple of alphabets of dogs. And the reason my friend Dolores let me borrow this to show is because it had Scotty dogs in it, which I showed on my last video, so I won't bore you with that again. Okay, so that was my question. The other one I just answered privately. So please, you know, comment. I enjoy those. All right, now we're going to get started. I'm going to call this one the Finishing Frenzy video, because let me tell you, boy, was I on a roll. I had a finishing day. I finished a whole bunch of stuff. I think it was 9 things in one day. And my pile is still very large. I saw somebody on the Stitching with the Housewives page, and she was showing all her finishes, and she says, I just don't like to do the FFOing part, which is finally finishing it or fully finishing it, depending. That's what FFO stands for. And whips, of course, are works in progress. Quilters call them UFOs, but we call them whips. So anyway, I was just crazy. So I'm not going to show you all of them today because I want to keep you waiting and coming back for more. So anyway, we're going to start with past finishes, because you know I stitched for a while. Most of it I gave away for the longest time, and then I wised up and I was like, well duh, I don't have any cross stitch myself, so I need some. So anyway, the first thing is I did the Mill Hill calendar series, and this was probably, oh gosh, I know it's been 8 or 9 years ago, if not more. But anyway, I wanted to show this. This is called Celebrate Spring, and this is March, even though it has bunnies in it, because that year Easter came early. It was in March. But I just thought this was so cute. It had the little bunny button, loads of beads on the border, which you can hardly see. I'll get up here a little closer. And I love the little bee with his little trail. And the little sign says, carrots, 1 cent sale. I think that's what it says. And there's like a little quilt on the line with a little birdie. Just so cute. And this was just really a fun stitch. And then, you know, you did the beading. So this one just kind of pops out, and I just pop the next month's in, and they had a calendar that would clip on the bottom. I'm sure they probably still have it, but I don't have room for it now. And of course the frame came from Mill Hill also. Okay, that was, oh, I forgot to tell you. The threads were DMCs, and it was on 14 count Ada. So that was all good. That's what it was. I don't remember if this was a kit. No, I don't think it was. But at the time, I think I did it on 14 count Ada. But it might have been a kit. I can't remember. Okay. The next thing I had was a stamp, March stamp Flip It from Lizzie Kate. And I don't know if I've seen this one lately. Anybody showed this one, so that's why I decided to show it today. This was one of my favorite Flip-Its. I just love St. Patrick's Day, and I just thought the little leprechaun was just too cute with a little pot of gold. And I did him on an off-white cashel linen. The 3 little yellow buttons for the little gold pieces were included with the pattern. And I'm sure you can probably get this one at 123 Stitch, or you could check your local needlework shop, because like my local needlework shop, Panda's Crossing, she still has a good bit of these patterns. So be sure and check, always check with your local needlework shop. We need to keep them in business. And if you don't shop with them, you know, we won't get to do the touchy-feely thing, which is what I like to do the best. And the frame, I also got, I want to say I got this one at Stitch and Frame in Rock Hill, South Carolina. She just had it hanging up, and it just fit. She got a whole bunch because everybody was doing the Lizzie Kate thing back then. Okay, and that's all my past finishes I'm going to show you today. I just kind of spread it out so you'll think I just do all kinds of things. Okay, the next finish I had, I'm going to have to insert a picture because I had to hurry and get it to the framers because my son's anniversary would not wait. And now, oh, there it is. And this is the Lizzie Kate pattern, and 2 shall be as one. Let me take that out. I thought I had taken everything out. I thought I was going to be really good this time, but I guess I can't. You can't reform me. Okay, and 2 shall be as 1. And I will insert a picture, hopefully, here. And I used 28 count, where did my book go? Okay, here we go. I used 28 count cashel toasted almond that I bought at a yard sale, believe it or not, of a friend. I used Gast, which is Gentle Arts, and DMC threads. Now, I did not like the evergreen sampler thread. So I substituted, DMC, they had 502 for their substitute. I didn't like that either. So I went ahead and did 987 from DMC for that to make darker pine trees. You know, they were Christmas tree looking, so I wanted to do those. You see the trees? And her trees look darker. And I was just like, she had me all up for dark trees instead of something like sage color. And I was like, no, we won't be doing that. The stitch count was 156 by 65. I did 2 threads over 2. And I also substituted wood smoke. No, excuse me. Instead of wood smoke, Gentle Arts, I substituted tarnished gold. And that's for the house. Okay. The next thing, this was a really quick stitch for me, considering that I was stitching so much. I stitched it in about 1.5 months, so that wasn't too bad. And this is going to be for my son and his wife for their anniversary, and trust me, they do not watch this Flosstube. They're too busy doing other things. So, anyway, I have no qualms about showing it on here. So it's at the Framers, and I took it to the local framer just because I was squeezed for time. And I hope he does a really good job. He seems like a really nice man, and I'll tell you who he is if I'm really pleased. Okay, next we had, forgot what I had here. That's all my finishes for this week. Sorry about that. Okay, so next we have my whips, my works in progress. What am I working on today? Okay, let's start with, not that one. Okay, with 24 hours of cross stitch, the monthly the thing that they had us do this month for the prompt was you were supposed to either stitch 24 hours between the 13th of March, or maybe it's the 15th. I don't know. I should write these things down. In the end of the month. I think it was the 15th in the end of the month. And I was like, that's not going to be happening. I'll just do the 24-minute a day option because I'll get more done that way. So I chose to do 24 minutes a day on Kringle because my poor little Kringle is pathetic. It's not went very far at all. And I got this last year at the Needlework Market, and I got the floss, all the threads, you know, the DMC stuff, everything. And I was so excited to start it, and then I made the mistake of working in something that had a lot of white on it. And guess what? I was like, when I had to do the eggshell, I was like, oh man, this is so much white. I'm so tired of doing all this white. Oh my goodness. So I decided to just throw it to the side. And I said, well, I'll pick it back up. And I started this, I think, in Jolly July last year. Ooh, I did not iron this one very well. Okay, so this is my progress right here. I did only have like one dormer window done. So I've done all this over here in just this past week. So that's a plus. So little by little, I'm moving, and now I'm ready to do a color. Now this one is on the 30 count call for Parisian Gray from Access Commodities. And I really like the fabric. I didn't know if I would like working on 30 count or not, but it's not bad. I don't mind it. I'm usually a 28 or a 32 girl, but I found I like 36 count too. And I've got the DMC flosses and everything. So hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit more progress. I would love to have this roof done and at least be started on one of the rooms, but I didn't make a goal. I just said 24 minutes a day. That's it. And believe it or not, a couple of days I was like, well, at first I started doing 30 minutes because I couldn't remember if it was 24 minutes or 30 minutes. But then I was like, 24 hours of cross stitch is 24 minutes. So, but anyway, that is a fun stitch. Enjoying that. Then the next thing I'm working on, hold that thought just a moment. I have issues here. If I don't put it back in where it came from, which is my Bloomtopia bag from last year that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. It's a big oversized. And this 12 on here was until I get my little numbers from Fat Quarter Shop to stick on the little tabs because I needed to number them. This is whip number 12 on my bingo card. Okay. The next thing I did not get my pattern until mid-February. So I'm a little bit behind. This is the February Sampler of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. And I did not have any beautiful beige linen. So I picked another piece of 28 count instead of 32 count. So mine's probably going to be a little bit bigger than most people's, but not much. The stitch count's 45 by 125. And I got, oops. I should be busy doing things while I'm talking. Okay, so last time I had just a small start. I am so glad it was a small start because I went to start stitching on it and I looked at it and I'm like, this is not coming out right after I got to the end of the row at the top on the leaves. Okay, so I had to take it all out except for 2 leaves and 5 brown stitches. So I had to re-stitch everything, and this is what I have now. So I love the little leaves, and that's a really good thing to stitch on after you stitch the 3 and then the 6, and then the rest of them are 5 until you get to the end, and then it's 6 stitches again. And then you see the top of the little cakes that I've got started. And I don't know if that pink line is showing up or not, but that's Pink Posy. And this fabric was just like a, it's a 28 count, and it was just some off-white that I had in my, or natural that I had in my stash. It's showing up a little bit lighter because it's kind of tan. Let me see. Oh yeah, I back up right here and you can tell a little bit better. Weird light. Okay. But anyway, so I did that one because my goal is to get this one finished and get March started at least this month. I'll be playing catch up for just a little while. So, yeah, everybody else is starting their April and I'm still working on February. That's par for the course, but that's okay. Then, oops, wait, forgot something. But, you know, better late than never is always good. And I enjoy doing it just for the fun of it. And I just love the little pink house and the hearts and everything. February, everything's just so cute. So I like that. And speaking of cute, I think this is just going to be downright beautiful. This was my first attempt in a long time at dyeing fabric. And I watched, what is there? Hold that thought. Yeah, I did. I watched the Flosstube. It's the Sense and Sensibility Jane Austen 1811 Stitching Book Club. And this is what the pattern is supposed to look like. This is part 1. We still haven't gotten part 2. Or at least I don't think we have. I think we get it today or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, this was my fabric, and this is how much I have done. I'm almost caught up. I just need to do 2 flowers and finish 2 buds and put some leaves on there. Well, no, I got the leaves. So I just thought that was so pretty. And of course, I need to fill in the middle of the daisy looking flower. But I just pinched it all up and put it in the jar. And this is Evening Blue. This is 28 count. And it's the Charles Craft linen. I just had a tube of it and I thought, well, I'll just use this. So I did. And I'm liking the way it's turning out. It really is. And I missed the book discussion yesterday. I had other things I had to do, family things. So, you know, family's always the most important. But I hate I missed that. So I'm hoping I can go back and maybe listen to it or something later. And then I'm going to pull the next pattern off. So hopefully I'll get to stitch on that one. And if you want to join that, I'm a little distracted, aren't I? If you want to join that, that's hashtag 24 hours of cross stitch on Facebook. There's a couple of questions you have to answer because it is a private group. If you want to go buy the pattern, you have, because you download it, you have to go on her Etsy shop or her web page. And it's Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. And that's Kristen. All right. So I did that. Then, you know, every month, everybody's been talking about this. Oh, dear. Everybody's been talking about the monthly orny sale. And I was like, oh, yeah, I need to get some ornaments done and not wait till the last minute to where I'm just stitching on ornament after ornament. But, you know, I'm stitching on Kringles. And I made that snowman ornament. And I made a, you know, I'm doing the Just Nan ornaments, but I thought, well, I was going to do one of those this month. But I was like, no, I need a break from like so much Christmas. So what better to take a break with than Halloween? Yes, and fall. So this is Scare a Crow from Val's Stuff. And it's this, they had a Spook of the Month club, and this was August. Okay. I love the little crow button and the sunflower button, which comes with it. Everything comes with these except for the floss. And you can use DMC or you can use Weeks Dye Works. And they use cute colors like banana popsicle, chickpea, cognac, blue jeans. That's one of my favorites. And snowflake and sunset. All those good colors. But I used to use DMCs. And last time, half his face was done. This time, his face is done, and now I'm on his neck. I just didn't work on this much because I've been working a lot on everything else. And finishing. And this is done on 14 count parchment paper. And it's the brown. And they use 2 strands of floss over 1 hole. And the pattern is large and easy to read. It really is. Oh, I forgot to do that. Darn. Okay, well, I'll come back to that. Okay. Then the next thing is Whip Go. So we had to, what is Whip Go? It's like bingo, but it helps you finish your works in progress. So therefore, instead of bingo, B-I-N-G-O, Jessie Marie spelled it Whip-Go, W-I-P-G-O, and we made this little bingo card. Now, most people are on the computer. I'm lazy. Mine's not. So I put mine on this, and the yellow squares are the ones that are done. My goals have been met for this month. It's not a finish necessarily, unless I wanted it to be. Now, this month, she called out number 10, and that was the bookshelf for me from Little House Needleworks. And this is Little House Needleworks. Oops, my fan's going. The bookshelf. You know, everywhere I am, there's got to be a fan. And I really like this one. It features some of the women authors, you know, like Louisa May Alcott, Elizabeth Bronte, Jane Austen, and somebody Burnett, which I don't know, and Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and Emily Dickinson. I guess I better read up on her. And it's got like the names of books, Sense and Sensibility, which is what I'm reading now. It's a good book. The Secret Garden, that's a good one. Wuthering Heights, and Little Women. So there you go. All right, so let's see what I've got done on it. We did this one at a retreat at Panda's Crossing, and that's in Malden, South Carolina. Oh, blast. And we did it on 28 count light mocha cashel linen. My props are not cooperating. And you know why? Because I've laid stuff on top of them and couldn't find them. Okay. All right. So we started out, and when I started this after the retreat, I came home because she always gives us, you know, a couple of big projects to where we still have stitching to do when we come home, so the retreat never ends until we want it to. And I had the and the B, and then all of this. I had that done. So I've added OOKS this week, and that's in DMC 433. That was an easy stitch. And this is an easy stitch to do. It's only 111 by 167, and it uses all DMC flosses. So I really, really enjoyed this. Now, it does use one metallic gold. Fun with that. And which is 5282. And it's stitched with 2 over 2 strands. 28 count. Light mocha cashel from Zweigert. So that's going to be fun. Now, my goal for this month is 500 stitches. The OOKS made 168 stitches. So therefore, I need 332 more stitches to meet my Whip Go goal. So that's not bad at all. Oh, where to put this? Don't want to lose it. Okay. Then my next Whip Go for this month is number 24, Snow Village. And like I said, I started this one. I got off on a rabbit trail before. And this is from Country Cottage Needleworks. And it's a, I want to say like a 9, 10, or 11 part or something like that. And this is the first block. Okay, I had most of that done. The only thing I need to do now is to finish putting the leaves or the pine needles on one of the trees, and I need to do the back stitch, I guess it is, for the banner. Okay, I need to do that. So here is my progress. Wait a minute. Okay. Oh, it's hooked. Yes. Okay. Here's my progress so far. Okay, now this doesn't even count toward my whip go. I have to get this done before I can start my other block. And if you'll notice, my snowmen actually have faces now. They have hats, or if they have any, eyes and noses. And I discovered when I got ready to finish that one of my trees didn't have any pine needles on it. And I missed a couple of snowflakes, so I was doing those. I liked more than I thought. Now this one's done on French Country Rain. And I did it on the 32 count French Country Rain, which was the call for. It's by Witchell. The stitch count on this first pattern is 111 by 61. And it uses Classic Colorworks and DMC. But the whip go piece I need to do, the block, because I'm doing all my blocks on one page, is Snow Boutique. And this is it. Isn't that cute? So it's going to go to the right of the Snow Village. The little sign with the snowman. So that's my whip go. And I said I was going to have the entire block finished. So guess what I'll be working on this evening? I'll be working on my first snow block village to get it done so I can actually start the whip go part. So that'll be good. So hopefully I can meet both of those whip go goals and I can cover up 2 more squares. That would just be great. I still have not decided what I'm going to reward myself with, but I'm thinking. Okay. All right. Now, the one thing I forgot is a finishing frenzy video, and I didn't show you my FFOs. What is up with that? Okay. All right. So first we have, last month I had Valentine bird. This month I have St. Patrick bird. Isn't he cute? I just love the little clover leaf button or shamrock button. And I just thought he was just precious. So I just pop him in and out of the little frame, and I like the little beadwork on the side. He was very easy stitch, and just put some batting under him and mounted him on some mat board. Then he's done on 28 count Cashel linen, the off-white. And I do not have the pattern, and there was a Smyrna stitch for his eye. Oops. Oh, blast. All right, give me a second. We're having technical difficulties here. Okay, there we go. Next, I finished the Easter bird. And I thought he was just so cute. And just pop him in the frame. So he'll be out and about my house next month, while St. Patrick's Day is out and about my house this month. He's also done on 28 Cashel linen, 28 count, 2 threads over 2, just like the other one. And I used all the call for threads, and it had a little bird button and a no, not a bird button, a flower button, and the Smyrna stitch for the eye. I really like that. He was just really cute. And the long legs made him stitch up pretty quick. And he wasn't like 50 million colors like some of the birds are. All right. And my next one, my next FFO, was A Bit of Luck by Lizzie Kate. And this one came with the beads and the charm, which was a horseshoe. And I had a piece. No, I did not have a piece. This linen came with it. And this was 28 count, I want to say natural linen or raw linen that was in the container, the bag. And I just love the little pot of gold and the little design with a little bead right in the middle of it on the pot. And the little bluebirds are so cute. And I did this like on a wormy chestnut frame. And it's one of those that you can also pop out and use again. And I put batting underneath this and just fixed it. And I'll have to remind myself to leave more material next time. I didn't mean to leave so much around, but the frame was too big. Yeah, so I thought, well, I'm using it anyway. So, but there he is. And I just had so much fun stitching that. And it was all the call for colors. And most of it was Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color, or not Classic, Gentle Arts. And it was 2 threads over 2, 28 count. All right, so that's some of my FFOs. Stay tuned next week for more. Okay, then, done that. Oh, okay, it's time for a free pattern. Okay, I ran across this, and I usually, I don't know, I just thought it was time for a free pattern. But this one's called No Notion Pin Cushion. And the reason I found it was because of Jane Austen. This is a quote of Jane Austen. So I have no notion of loving people by halves. And it's Jane Austen. Okay, isn't that cute? This is on Lindy Stitches page, and I will link that below. And this is a free pattern. The design is 55 by 91. And if you do it on 32 count fabric, it's 3.9 by 6.5. And she used 3 shades of Classic Color Works threads. Ooh, oops, sorry. The fan. And I know that was a no-no. And used crushed walnut shells to stuff it with, and Lady Dot create pom-poms in the color Wizard. But it'll say all that on your pattern when you download it from her website. And she's www.lindustitches.com. Okay, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. All right, next, haul. Yes. Okay, this is a different kind of haul this week. I went to Hobby Lobby because I ran out of floss. I needed 1 color of floss, just 1. And it was for my Sense and Sensibility sale. Well, I do not need to go to Hobby Lobby for 1 thing of floss, or Michael's, or anywhere else, because things have to come with it. So I'm gonna have to bend over and pick it up. All right, I have a few things I need to FFO, and I was looking for one for Easter, and I thought, oh, I've just got to find something. And it's a Lizzie Kate that I'm gonna finish, and this one says, "Family makes this house a home." And I love how other floss tubers show, you know, oh yay, this is what we got. And the ones that actually show you what the thing looks like in its original form, I love them even more. Because I'm like, I go there and I'm like, is this really it? I don't know if this is it or not, but this is it. So this is Family Makes This House a Home. It's in the spring shop, and the number is 5268073, and the Lizzie Kate samplers will fit on here perfect. And you can like put a big bow up here and cover this with scrapbook paper or cloth or something. So I'll be liking that, so I can change those out, because I have a lot of those, because you know it's Lizzie Kate, and you know how I'm about a Lizzie Kate. All right, the next thing, I was going to get this for the spring sampler, but then I saw the little house, and I was like, oh, I can't get that. You know, I'm going to put this back. And I was like, no. So I went ahead and got it anyway. And it's called Wash Up Buttercup. Now, I was going to turn it this way, but I just thought this was so cute, because I can paint this any color, or I can leave it white. And I can just put something on here. It'd take a bow here, or if you had a long piece, like maybe Lizzie Kate's alphabets, you know, the small alphabets, that would be cute, maybe. So that's a possibility. Okay, and there's more. And the spring shop is 40% off this week. So you want to be sure and check that out, because they did away with their 40% off coupon. Rats. Okay, next. Yeah, I should say hold, please. Okay. I found myself in the baby section, or the little girl or little boy section, and I saw this and I thought, well, I don't like what it says, but I can cover that up, which I'm going to do anyway. But it was a good deal, and it's potty like a rock star. But it was the perfect size. If you take Priscilla and Chelsea, the Real Housewives of Cross Stitches cup series, this is perfect if you put a bow on top. So I'm like, oh yay, I might be doing that. So I was really tickled about that. Then, last but not least, in the little frame section, I also got this, because I have something, and I just got an odd letter because I didn't want to take one of the good letters because I'm going to cover it up. And I thought this would be great. This got like a little raised lip here, and this was very inexpensive. It was much cheaper than this flat one. And this one kind of has like a little built-in frame. And I forgot to tell you the number. Darn. Hang on. Okay, the number on the Q one, which they had the whole entire alphabet, is 1870831. And it's a Hobby Lobby, and it's in the home decor section. We'll go back up here. This one's in the table decor. Don't ask me why, but it was in the little kids section, if I'm not mistaken, and it was number 1952514. Potty like a rock star. I may have to put one of those in my bathroom for my piano students. Wouldn't that just be a hoot? I already have something in there, a little Scotty dog that says wash your paws. I'll have to show you that one time. So that took care. Oh, wait. I gotta show you. I gotta give you the number on the other one. This is called Disorganization. Oh my. Okay, Wash Up Buttercup is 1793793. Okay, so there's you some alternatives to going to the framers. I looked for something for my Two Shall Be As One, but I did not see a thing. So I thought, well, I'll just have to take it to the framers. Then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have something to tie a bow with. Well, guess what? I go in the ribbon section and it's 50% off. And I'm like, woohoo, this is good. So what did I get? Okay, this looks like Easter. Half price. I mean, look at that. Then we got some yellow. Nice and Eastery, springy looking. A little smaller yellow. Gingham, blue and white gingham. And I had to get some black and white gingham in the small. I wanted an orange and white gingham, but they didn't have it. So I got I think you call this gross grain ribbon or something. Anyway, it's orange. I can use that for something. And then I got some baker's twine, black and white. Then I got the red and white because I'm almost out of that. Christmas, that kind of got me on that. Now remember, this is half price. And some of these are like just $1. And some were like $2. Okay, and then it was rickrack time. So I got some orange rickrack, some pink rickrack, yellow rickrack, aqua, or would you call that turquoise maybe, rickrack, bright green rickrack, might need some for lucky day, and some pastel-y light green rickrack. Not bad. I mean, what a haul. I was so excited when I got home, I didn't know what to do. But then I was so tired, I didn't feel like finishing anything else because I'd already done 9 things that day. All right, so what else did I get? I got one more thing. I ordered from Stony Creek. And no, I did not. Okay, I ordered from Stony Creek, and they have a free Pattern of the Month series Well, I needed some Red Rocks floss, and nobody around here seemed to have any, and I just had to have it. So I got that from Weeks Dye Works from Stony Creek. And I ordered my second Pattern of the Month series in the Tropical Spirit. That was the February pattern that just came. Love. It says, Love creates compassion. And see, it's got the side where it shows you all 4 patterns, and you can do them as a bell pull, or you can make them into a pillow or frame them, just whatever. So the approximate size of these, if you do them on 14 count Aida or 28 count linen, would be 5.5 by 5.5. So fit in a Mill Hill frame just great. And they have buttons and everything, all the different specialty threads if you want to use those. They use a lot of glisten gloss rainbow threads. Then the other one was called 4 Christmas Lambs, and it was also free. And this little lamb, he was just so cute, and he says Faith. So that is definitely going to go on my tree this winter, or this Christmas, excuse me. And they even sell the, if you want to do it on the 14 count white Aida ornament with burgundy trim over 1 square with 2 strands of floss, they even sell that if you want to do it exactly like that. But I don't think I'm going to do mine on that. I'm going to do mine on something else. So that'll be exciting. So I think that was it. And let's talk plans now. Okay. Well, I've got to continue to stitch on part 1 of my Sense and Sensibility. And then I've got to start on part 2 when I get it. So that's plan number 1. I want to stitch some more on my monthly Orny Sal, my little scarecrow. Who knows? I might even shock everybody and have a finish. Then, because it's St. Patrick's Day month, and I usually don't get PDF patterns because, oh dear, because I abuse them terribly. But I saw this one and I was like, oh, I just got to get it. And this was a What's in My Cup Lucky Day. Oh, sorry, the fan. This is Stitching with the Housewives. And so I'm going to start that. And I'm going to do that on the black, probably 28 count. I don't know if it'll be even weave or if it'll be the fabric, chalkboard fabric by Stephanie. I'm not sure. I hadn't decided. Probably the black. And I'm going to use the Call For colors, the Classic Color Works. So, because it's just too cute. And I already got something to put it on. Yay. So then I'm going to continue to stitch on the bookshelf because I've got to get 332 more stitches on that. That's my Little House Needleworks pattern, which I'm looking for and can't seem to find. So I can black out or cover up my Whip Go box on my bingo card, a Whip Go card. And then every day I need to stitch 24 minutes on my Kringles pattern. This one right here. 24 minutes on Kringles to see if I can get some more of that done. Finally, I get to go to a real color now. I'm so excited. Yay! And what happened to Snow Village? Yeah, I got to do something on him because we hadn't even started on that prompt, hardly. I'm still working on just trying to play catch up. So I want to finish this, hopefully tonight. And then I will start on Snow Boutique. And I'm going for a finish this month on this one for the whole block. So that'll be good. And I think that's going to be it for me. Unless I just squirrely do something else. Because you know I'm a squirrel. I like to stitch everything. So thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for coming back and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I hope I can get this one uploaded in a better time than I did last week. Ooh, it was terrible. And hopefully I'll have some more FFOs to show. Well, I know I will. Some more FFOs to show you. And maybe a finish. Who knows? Y'all have a great week. And I hope you enjoy stitching. And I'll see you next week.